Okay, I'm going to do something a little different today. Now, I think I did a video last time about Roberto Duran. Now, I think I'm going to do one of his former opponents, Sugar Ray Leonard. Now, as you all know, Sugar Ray Leonard is I think, 5, 6 time world boxing champion, was before he retired. I think way back then, he was going to join the 1972 Olympic team when he was about 16 years old, but he was too young by then. Then in '76, he joined the U.S. team for the Olympic Summer Games in Montreal. And I saw his fight recently, not recently, but years ago when he was an amateur. Man, he had hand speed like there was no tomorrow. He um, he did well against this Cuban opponent who was knocking out every person. Of course, the Cuban opponent couldn't cope with his hand speed, so he outboxed him, and then he scored a technical knockout to take the gold medal in the '76 games. Then a year later, he went on to have a professional career. He won a few fights, and he fought Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s father, Floyd Sr., and he kind of gave him some problems, but he eventually won by decision. So that was it. And then he went on to fight other fighters. And I remember watching him when I was a kid. He fought this fighter from the UK, Davy Boy Green, and he knocked him out. This was leading to the fight against Roberto Duran in 1980. Apparently, he was supposed to outbox him, but apparently he decided to get into a brawling match with Duran, which was not a wise thing to do because Duran was bigger and stronger than he was. But he won a couple of rematches against Duran, and it's particularly this fight in, I think, 1981 when Duran decided to submit himself, saying no mas. So I don't know why he quit. It's just beyond me. But regardless, he won, and then he won a couple of fights, especially this fight against Tommy Hitman Hearns. And then they had a rematch years later, and it ended in a draw. And then he won a couple of fights, and he won this fight against this Canadian fighter, Donnie Lalonde. And then he won a couple of fights, and then up leading to his retirement, he lost his fight to Hector Macho Camacho. I think that was his last fight before he decided to just retire. But of course, before that fight, he fought Marvin Hagler and beat him in a unanimous decision, causing Marvin Hagler to retire. Of course, inside the ring, he was magnificent. Outside the ring, he had a couple of problems. Got in, he had an eye injury, causing him to feel down about himself, and he took a lot of drugs, got into a lot of alcohol, and got into a lot of drug addiction, of course. And he went through an expensive divorce through his first wife. I think he got married again. I don't know. Maybe he did. But eventually, he retired very wealthy, rich or wealthy. I mean, he had the right business people around him, and he retired comfortably, not going broke. Because a lot of boxers, when they end their professional careers, they end up going broke. So it was good for Sugar Ray Leonard. He kept his money intact, and Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s following his example. Now, I don't know what happened to Sugar Ray Leonard. He's probably doing some other things. He's probably running some businesses, and he's doing some, probably doing some telecast, television broadcasting a little bit. I don't know. I have to go through his website, Ray Leonard or SugarRayLeonard.com, to find out what he's doing. All I know is that he's running businesses, and he's living in Los Angeles now, for that matter. But I think he has a couple of kids again. So I guess that's pretty much it for this Sugar Ray Leonard Jr. or Ray Leonard video. That's all.